Susie, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I am good. Good. Thank you so much for joining me for Entrepreneur Monday. It means a lot for you to take time out of your schedule and come onto the show. And I'm looking forward to telling the people exactly what you do and how you do so I can get you more business and more people to use your services.
Thank you so much. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
no. Good, good. I'm excited as well because I saw what you did. So first I want to give a shout out to Jessica from La Brava Cafe. And she referred me to you. She said, James, hey, you have to interview this wonderful woman. She does calligraphy. She does face painting. She's a wonderful artist. So thank you, Jessica, for that. And not only that, in our conversation prior to coming on the air, you told me that you designed the logo that she has on her truck.
With Jessica, we designed her logo for Brava Cafe, along with a couple of different sticker ideas, with including her logo. So yeah, it's been fun.
Let me ask you that. Did you
There was
draw
a
that
little
all
bit of a
by hand?
delay right there.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. I'm not sure what that's from, but we'll push through it. Did you hand draw that from scratch? Did you say, hey, you know what? You know how some artists will say sit in a chair or lean up against the truck. Did you draw it all by hand with that logo? Because that was very detailed and it looks really good.
So I drew that digitally on my iPad and then had it blown up and then wrapped on her truck.
Okay. So you did draw it by hand though. So you are a
Yeah,
creative
yeah,
artist
yeah.
for yeah. So anyone who wants a mural of them, who wants a detailed picture of them, you can do that as well.
Yep, definitely.
Let me ask you, what got you into drawing or artistry? Because that's very skilled. Like I was telling you before, that my handwriting is awful, and I just write a sentence. But for you to be able to, but for you to be able to draw the way you do, and to be a detailed artist, what made you want to get into that?
It's kind of crazy because I drew practically from the time I could remember. I was always drawing. I always had a notepad with me. I always had crayons with me, pencils with me. Um,
Okay.
so I drew for the longest time, and then I kind of just stopped. I want to say, I don't know, when I was a teenager, I kind of just withdrew myself from it just because I think it became more of a, what are you going to do with it in
Right.
life, you know? So back then you don't have all these resources that you have now. So it was very just like, just this mindset where it was like, either you make it as a cartoon animator on this
Mm.
like huge Disney film, or you don't make it at all. At least that's the way it was put to me,
Back
coming from
then.
the culture that I'm with. It was like something that has to pay the bills. So I
Right.
stopped. I kind of withdrew myself from art. I started working in retail, and just was working at an aerospace company. And a coworker of mine saw that I would just doodle during the meetings because I was bored. And
Okay.
she was like, looked over and she was like, "You're good." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And she's like, "Have you ever given face painting a thought?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "You'd be good at it. You should try it." And I was like, "Hard pass." So I totally
Dismissed it.
like pushed away. Yeah, I dismissed it. I wasn't like trying to get into art again. And at
Right.
this point, I was already like 30, so I was like, there's no future in art with face painting, like, of all things. And so
Right.
I looked into it after the second request, and it actually seemed pretty cool. And then I kind of didn't take it seriously until 2015. My
Okay.
dad had passed away, and I kind of dove back into art as a kind of like, I guess, a therapy for
Therapy.
like self
Yes.
healing.
Right.
It was like self healing, but it was also paying the bills because we had a couple of bills that had accumulated at that time.
I
So it was
understand.
kind of like a win win, and then it just totally took off from there.
Really.
It's crazy looking back at everything.
So in 2015 is when you really, I mean, unfortunately, it's because of a tragedy. Sorry about your father passing, but that's when you took that tragedy and pain and turned it into something resourceful and good for you internally to start drawing, and that's what catapulted you up to the next level to get going.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, my dad, I lost him to mental illness. And so it made me question my happiness, whether I was actually doing something in life that was making me happy. Was I really living, or was
Right.
I just like coasting to pay the bills and make it through life, and eventually retire and travel and live the dream life that we all have been, I guess,
Inspired
taught.
from. Right, right.
You
Well,
know,
you
so then
preaching.
when he passed away, I was kind of like, wait a minute, what am I doing? Is my job really purposeful? I'm like, I'm working in an aerospace industry. Yeah, you're contributing to something bigger, but am I personally, do I feel that sense of, I guess, fulfillment that I'm
Right,
adding or to this world, and am I truly happy? And I was
right.
like, nope, not at all. And I have a 15-year-old. At the time she was 10, 11, and so
Okay.
it really made me question how much time I was spending away from family, rather than at work 40 hours a week plus traffic, and then getting home and only spending 3 hours of my whole day with my family, and then
Right,
going to bed and repeating the cycle over and over.
right.
So it was a whole lot of questioning at the time that really made me just dive into art.
You brought up something that I think most people feel, meaning that are we really being fulfilled in life? And are we really
Yeah.
following our passion and what we want to do? Or like you said, I don't know if you remember the Wendy's commercial from back in the day when they would be in the line, it says, same burger, same meat, same bun, and they just repeat it every day. But that repetitiveness, we feel like that's what we do. And we grow old, get Social Security, we may go on a couple of vacations, and then we die. But you
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
something that was very inspirational as to you had to do a deep dive into yourself. And I think a lot of people, including myself and others, need to look into that and find out what is your passion, because your passion became something that may or may not gave you as much money as you wanted, but you knew that you were being fulfilled. You knew that you were being happy. And then you knew that you could spend time with your family based on what you liked and what you love, not just traditionally what society said that you should do.
Exactly. All
And
of
that
that.
makes
All of that.
yes. And as you were talking before, I was thinking that she's preaching. She's go ahead, girl, keep on going. You're doing good. So
Yeah,
that's
no, I
good.
truly believe that we all have something within us
Right.
that we need to nurture and grow. And I think that really leads us to, we have this idea that we have to go to school and get this career to get the money, to get the house, to get this, to get that, and it's a
Right.
structure. But I truly believe that if you follow something that's in your heart and your gut, the money will also follow, because
Absolutely.
I never in a million years imagined being able to quit my job and do this full time, because this is
Right.
what I now do full time since 2018.
Nice. I
So
love it.
had I imagined that back then, heck no, especially the circumstances that I was going through when I quit my job, because I
Right.
literally felt like I was having some kind of midlife crisis, because I was like, people are going to think I'm crazy, because I'm like, I'm dropping the security thing with a kiddo
Right.
to,
Right.
to live
To
out
go after
this
your
dream. And
passion. Yeah.
yeah, and people are going to be like, she's losing it. And I was,
Right. And
I was
people
so
think
torn.
like that because they're so used and confined to the structure as well. They're used to you got to
Yes.
get paid every 2 weeks, and if you don't have a
Yes.
corporate job or a retail job, then you're not going to make it in life, and you're showing that completely different. Now I
Yeah.
want to deep dive. We
Yeah.
talked about the logo that you did on the iPad for La Brava Cafe. What other logos have you done? And then I really want to know about face painting, because that's always interests me. A person's face is affectionate, right? You know, like you kiss a woman's forehead, or someone kisses you, or if you're sad and you touch their face. So for you to paint somebody's face, how does that work for you? And then especially working with children, sometimes they're on sugar rushes at parties and turning upside down. How do you handle and balance all of that?
I think a lot of the time it's how we are like internally, and that feeds off of into kids, because kids I think have more of a sense of like how you're feeling. So if
Right.
you just try to remain as calm as possible, then they kind of remain calm as well. I kind of just come across that with kiddos. And so a lot of the time parents are like, how did you get them to sit so still? Because they're never this
Right.
still. And I'm like, I don't know. I just have this like pretty calm like
It's your
vibe, I guess.
energy. Yes. Yes.
And so I get to kids as small as 2 years old. Just recently, I painted a grandma who had recently lost her son, and so
Oh,
as she
wow.
was getting painted, because it was for a Dia de los Muertos event,
Okay.
she was telling me, and so it was kind of a moment to connect, because at that moment you're kind of like, this means a little bit more to her in this moment.
Right.
For me, I was just going to a gig, I was going to do some makeup, but for her, that moment turned, and she was telling me a little bit of her story. So it's I don't know, it gets personal sometimes, and it's sometimes it's just a lot of fun. I
Right.
enjoy it so much nowadays. And I'm telling you, I was like, I thought face painting, the idea of face painting was such a crazy thought. I never
Right.
imagined myself doing this at all.
Full time. Well, I was looking at your Instagram page and I just see the excitement and the happiness and these children's smiles that they have on their face. And I'm going to have to just say, you're Susie Q with the superpower, because any person who could really maintain a child, especially in this day and time, with that calmness that you possess, then you're a superhero for sure. Definitely with that. One of the other things I
Thank
see that
you.
you do the makeup for artists and adults as well, and then I see you do some painting for shoes and things like that. How does that artwork go for you as far as the details of that? Because that's obviously different from face painting for children.
Oh yeah, for sure. So with shoes and jackets, of course, that takes way longer. Even though like with a kid, they're like a moving target. With
Right.
shoes, I get a lot more detailed, and I've painted shoes as small as like an infant shoe
Oh
to
wow.
as large as an adult, a men's shoe wears. And even with that, just recently, and that's not reflected on this page, on my newer Instagram page, I lost
Okay.
my old Instagram page where I had about 5,000 followers.
Oh,
And
sorry to hear that.
yeah, that was a bummer. But a lot of good came from all of that. And I was able to actually make custom shoes for a pretty big band, Spanish band. And
Okay.
so that led to other opportunities as well, with shoes and jackets for other musicians. So that's just something that I started for my kid, and I posted it just like anything on Instagram, and
Right.
people inquired, and I was like,
Got the
okay,
ball rolling.
we're offering shoes now. So
We'll add that to the list.
yeah, yeah.
Now
So
have
it's
you
one of many services I offer.
Now, one thing I'd like to know, because I see some of the adult face makeup that you've done, and that made me want to ask, have you been approached about doing work for any movie sets or any TV shows, VFX, zombie movies, horror movies, anything like that, as far as deep diving into painting, or not
No,
painting,
I
excuse me,
wish.
makeup? Okay.
No, I wish. Totally wish. And it's funny because I tell myself, yeah, eventually I'm going to do that. And we get sometimes, I think, because newer in the sense where when it's effects and stuff like that, you're dealing with prosthetics as well, which I've
Right.
experimented with, but I haven't posted. And so you kind of like, wow, that's a totally different world. But just like anything else, it's kind of it's exciting to want to try. I've never been approached
Okay.
to do anything for film or anything like that.
Well, I think that's coming
Just
soon.
photography, though.
I do think that that's coming so absolutely 100%. I'm putting it in the atmosphere and the universe for you, because I'm seeing
Thank
the
you.
talent and I'm seeing the level of detail that you've done and that you are doing. I mean, I'm seeing this one lady looks like the Queen of Egypt. I don't know if that now is that complete body paint.
That is all body paint. Yes, that
So
was
she has no clothes on. That's just the body paint.
the only thing that is being worn there is that drapery that's worn around her waist that drapes the
Waste
front
that
of
brown
her.
one. Okay.
That's the only thing. Other than that, all the gold, all the lines, everything was painted on.
That is so detailed and so skilled. I am thoroughly impressed. And as we send people to your
That
new
was one.
Instagram.
So I like to do things where people ask me, "Hey, are you available to paint this girl as this?" And I had never done that before, and I was like, "Sure, I think I could try it." And so I
Okay.
Googled, the best gold paint. I asked friends who are artists and have done body painting what the best process was, and they told me that you're going to need this, 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 and this. And I was like, okay, I got this. And I went to the appointment and I was like, let's do it. And
Let's
so
get to
that
it.
was the
Right.
result. Yeah.
Okay, good job. Yeah, I was saying that that's very detailed. Just the precision of the lines and the color. I mean, from the head to the toe, in order to make her look not. I mean, I would tell you that this is for Halloween, but she doesn't look exploited, or she doesn't look as if she's going to walk Figueroa. She looks really classy and detailed and
Mhm.
dignified with that paint on, to where she would still be respectful even though she has no clothes on besides a brown wrap or whatever that is, a scarf.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
this
so you
it's crazy because I've been body painted myself.
okay.
And once you get body painted, it literally feels as if you are fully clothed. And I cannot
Really?
explain it because yeah, it was the weirdest experience I've ever had because I had just turned I'm 42 and I had just turned
Okay.
40 and
Okay.
I was like, you know what? One of my friends was looking for a model and I was like, sign me up. And so I went ahead and got painted. It was a full clown like painting and it
Right.
felt awkward, so awkward at first because you're standing there and you're like, okay,
Right.
here we go. And
Right.
so, but once you put it on, one of the photographers showed up and I was just there posing and doing all kinds of stuff, which I would have never done wearing minimal clothing at all, ever, like out in the wild, you know?
Right. So you felt
So,
more
yeah.
comfortable with the body paint than if you had minimal clothes on?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's weird because
Really?
you feel like you're covered. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. So it's a
Yeah.
little bit
It was
different.
different, definitely.
Now the other thing is that I
Would
saw
I do
that
it
you were
again? Probably not.
well, you can cross it off your bucket list. You're good.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
You got that done. I saw on your Instagram story, as I was looking as well before the interview, that you were doing some calligraphy for business on a mirror, and it looked very
Yeah.
detailed. It was very nice. And I want you to let the people know that you do calligraphy for business if they want to hire you for your services for windows. And what other calligraphy would you do for them as well?
Well, I do calligraphy for windows, mirrors. So if you have a business and you want to, for the window paintings, if you want to advertise like a Christmas scene, I actually
Okay.
do whole window murals that include the script as well.
Oh, nice.
For my friend Elizabeth, I went ahead and did it on a little mirror that she had in her shop.
Okay.
But on top of that, I also offer beginners calligraphy classes. And I
Okay.
recently hosted a little a workshop where I had about 10 girls come in and they all learned the basics of calligraphy. So I've started doing that as well, teaching other people the basics. So I offer that at restaurants or bars, like ink and drinks. So
Okay.
yeah.
And the next time you do that, let me know. That's a great concept. Ink and drinks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
That'd
kind of
be
like paint parties, which I also host.
that. What kind of parties? You broke up a little bit.
Paint parties.
Oh, paint parties. Okay.
Mhm.
I see those. Those are very popular. I'm in the Inland Empire, but those are very popular that I see in the LA area where people will
Yeah.
go and host. And they have the paint, they have wine, they have different hors
Mhm.
d'oeuvres, things like that. That would be great.
Yeah. Yeah. I do those. I've done them at certain places that I've been able to host publicly, but
Okay.
I mostly do them for private events, private parties. And during the pandemic, I actually ended up doing them online via Zoom.
Okay.
So I was bringing in families across the U.S. because I had some friends joining from Georgia,
Okay.
and so they joined the paint parties as well. And so it's so it brings a lot of families together for their events. So I love doing that as well.
You know what you need to do? I just thought about this concept right now. We'll have to make a t-shirt and coin it. You need to do tacos and paint, right? So you can get the Brava Cafe with the barrio tacos. The barrio, yeah, I think it's the barrio tacos or the nacho fries, and then you do painting with
Yeah,
that. And if you
yeah.
host that, somehow or another you all figure out the finance part of it, but do it once a month, maybe starting 2023. That would be a great Taco Tuesday idea because people love that concept, and then you get a chance to
Yes,
paint, and then you get a chance to
yeah.
support the food truck and support you. It's a great combination of two entrepreneur women who are building in the
Oh my
community, and I
gosh,
think that you
yes.
guys would be supported very well.
I'm gonna hit her up right after this and be like, girl, what are you doing
Yes,
next year
yeah,
on Tuesdays?
yeah. Let's
It's
do
so
it.
funny. I on the side jokingly in like 2018, 19, was like, hey friends, on social media was like, hey friends, who's up for starting a taco club? We meet every Tuesday at different taco stands in LA. So this is awesome because I love tacos. So I thought that this
Who
idea
doesn't
was
love
amazing.
tacos? I love
So I'm definitely
tacos.
going to use it.
Yeah, definitely. And what I would do is maybe explore
Yeah.
whatever the route is in different cities, because now you're bringing that concept to different communities. So you're getting great food and you're getting a great time to experience the calligraphy or the painting, and then you can bring your children. It's just so much that you can do with it. And I just thought about it right now. I
Yeah.
just know it would be a great. You guys would start something. Let me just say that you would start a trend.
Yeah. No, definitely hitting her up. We're
Okay,
definitely
good
getting
deal.
this started. You're
Yeah.
invited. You're
Okay, well,
invited.
thank you.
Totally.
I love tacos, so I'm all in. Let's do it. I'm a
Sweet.
fat boy. I'm a fat boy, so I love to eat. Let's go. So look, I want you to tell the people just how they can contact you, because I know that you're on Instagram now. Are you on Facebook or TikTok or Twitter or YouTube or anything else that you're on currently? Social media platforms?
I'm on TikTok, but so hard as art, like for myself, I think it's so tedious to like do the real to make the videos, but I'm on there and I'm making an
Okay.
effort. So
Okay, good. So
on TikTok I go by art by Susie Q, my old Instagram handle before that page went down. And so on Instagram I'm known as _Susie Q.
okay, that's the one I have right
So
now. So you're
different
at
names, but yeah.
404. You're at 440 followers. We need to get you up over 500 followers. We need to bring people to your page so they can use your services and really support what you do.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so funny. My page, so like I said, my page went down at like 4,000. I was about to celebrate hitting 5,000 followers. So I was like amping it up and I was like, yeah, I'm almost there. And it literally went down at like 4,892 followers. And I was bummed for like the first 24 hours. I was
I'm
like, dang
sure.
it, I really lost that account. Like I was kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of shed a little tear. And I was like, all that work.
To
But
build it
then
up.
like, yeah, but then like 2 days later, I was like, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. We can only rebuild from here. Things
Right.
happen. It's not catastrophic. My
Right. No one
page
passed
got
away.
taken. My page got taken, but my talent is still here. Let's go. So I was
Now,
like,
what
maybe
happened
it
to the
just needed to
page?
be.
How did it
I
get
have
taken?
no idea. I have
Was
no
it
idea. I
hacked
was
from the Forex people? Because they'll hack the hell out of
no.
an account. No?
I'm actually trying to find somebody at Instagram to answer all my questions because it's in my account, but I can't go in there. It's suspended for whatever reason, and it says it's disabled, and I can activate it if I log in, but then when I try to, it doesn't recognize me. So I have no idea what's going on there.
It sounds
And
like
it
somebody may
shows
have
that it's
changed the
actually scheduled
password.
for deletion.
Really?
Who
There
knows? It
is
was
a.
tied into my Facebook.
Oh,
So I'm trying to think maybe because I initially thought I got hacked. So I'm thinking maybe if I change my Facebook password, it's like maybe it's somewhere at a
right.
crossroads with
Crossing each other.
Instagram page.
There is
Yeah.
a.
So
Excuse me. There is a. I don't know if I saved it or not. I have to look at my TikTok, but there's a guy that I follow different influencers who talk about social media marketing and things like that. But there's a guy you can hire, I think maybe 25, 30, $40 who gets accounts back for you. And I don't know if
oh
it's been a while. I have to look and see if I saved it. Then I saw where they have Instagram. Right, exactly. Then I saw where they have Instagram insurance. So if anything happens to your account, they guarantee that they can get it back for you. So this is something that's not uncommon and that people have gone through before. That if I'll do a deep dive and look, and I'll send you what I find, and hopefully you can use their
yeah.
services and you can get your account back.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, not a problem. I'm here to help. That's what this is all about, being able to help. So I want to be able to do that. Now,
Yeah.
do you have a YouTube channel?
I don't have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
I do
All
not.
right. We have to look for that in the future, because I think the classes that you do, if you did some calligraphy every now and then, or when you go out to these events and you have people record you, that will be more awareness for people to see what you do and your skills and be able to get you more business as well.
Yeah, I've actually been in the process of looking for either like a videographer to go with me to events to either capture some of my face painting or some of my work at like the paint parties that I host.
Right.
to get more of that like, behind the scenes work, because most of the time it's me getting to a party, setting everything up, teaching the class, and then in between while they're painting, trying to capture some social
Record.
media, and then running back
Yeah.
to the front to teach them a little bit more. So yeah.
It's tough. Well, in the meantime, get you a nice little inexpensive tripod, set your tripod up, and just let it record at an angle where you can see everybody and everything, including you. And that'll be a good way for you to
Yeah.
start until you find you a videographer.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's
Now
what I'm.
I'm like jotting down.
Good. That's what I'm here for. Now, as we conclude, I want you to be able to let people know that another thing before we end this, you do logos, not just the face logo that you did for the food truck, but you do other handwritten. So if I say, hey, you know what, Susie, I'm starting a business for, let's say, a hair care company or a beauty company. I need this drawn. You can do that for me as far as a logo as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
So you can do anything for any businesses.
I did my own logo as well.
Okay, nice. I like that logo too. We know that you have TikTok, we have Instagram, YouTube coming soon, and that you do the face painting, you do calligraphy for businesses, large windows, mirrors. You are getting into the VFX and you're looking to do some video production, whether it be a music video, a short film, large film. You're open to it all. You do body painting, you do the children's faces. You do it all as an artist, and we want to bring as many people to you to support as possible.
I thank you. Yes, definitely. Bring all the people. You're all invited.
Yes, you are all invited. Yeah, we having a paint party, so let's go.
Yeah.
And then again, I want to reiterate the fact and could just congratulate you on taking the bold step, a leap of faith, if you will, in 2015 or 2018, and just making your dreams a reality and following your passion, because that just shows a lot about you and your character. And I want to give you kudos for that as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
No, you're very welcome. Well, I appreciate your time. As we continue to post this and let the people know about you, I just really want to support. We'll have to collaborate on something maybe before the year is out, if not the beginning of the year. I don't know. Well, because I do real estate. Maybe I'll do an open house where I have you come paint the faces of the people who come to the open house. But we'll figure out something to where we'll figure out. We'll do a real estate and paint party, and then have some tacos too. So we'll collaborate on something soon. But I really want you. Works. Absolutely, we'll do something, but I really want you to use that concept of the Taco Tuesday and paint. I just think that it's really going to catapult you to another level, and it's going to be successful for you both.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm definitely going to hit her up right now. I literally have my phone open, ready to go, like to text her.
Right, good deal then. Well, thank you again for your time.
It's going to happen.
No, I know it's going to happen. You're going to make it happen. I mean, it's too. Both of your services are too good for it not to happen. And then both of you are too well known for it to not to happen. And now I could be wrong, but I've never seen anyone collaborate those two together. So that again is going to be a new trend that you're going to be starting. And I know it's going to go good.
Yeah, definitbe. And I'm all about collaborating with other small businesses as well. So awesome.
And I love it. I love it. All right. Well, thank you again for your time. We'll be coming back to you soon for an update and to do some things as far as a collaboration with us. And then we'll talk soon.
Sweet.